Squash XLPRO is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Rightio, welcome back to the SquashGym PSA Summer Open, second semi-final of the men's satellite between Chris van der Sar from, I'm going to claim him, Joel Arscott from a home club in Wanganui. Currently working there as a commercial pilot, living the dream, just bought a house, and against LWAMBA Chileshe, who has just come off the back of a great Nationals, just going down and to Evan Williams in 5. I'm actually looking forward to this, Joel. I saw Chris hit with you guys during the week. He's hit a couple of times this week, which is a bit unusual, but I'm calling Louis on this, obviously, but I'm just looking forward to this matchup. I think it'll be quite a good one.
Yep. Definitely a good matchup. You know, these guys have played a lot of times in the past couple of years. Obviously, being in the same sponsor, same squad, played a lot. But no, definitely my prediction for this one's Louis 3-love all the way.
3-love, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I think the way he's playing, first of all, on form, but I just think he's got the measure on Chris recently a lot. Knows his game inside and out. Not that I don't want to see a contest, definitely do. It won't be an easy 3 either way. As I said yesterday, you know, 3-love doesn't do it justice these days, especially at this level. It could be 80 minutes for all we know, 60, 70 minutes for a 3-setter.
Chris loves a drop, doesn't he?
Loves a straight shot.
Yeah,
loves a straight counter. Loves a bit of a hold punch.
You know what I liked about that point there, the interesting thing with that point there, look at a lower level, what would have happened? The player would have looked up and asked for a let, wouldn't they?
Yep.
But see that opportunity there, hitting into space there, Louis, and Chris made an effort for people watching. Chris made the effort to get out of the way, and Louis still had the opportunity to play a ball anywhere on the court and did so.
Yeah, and he's not looking for cheap ones though.
Yeah, good point.
Isn't he?
Yeah, nice.
That's
yeah, good call,
thing.
mate. I think wrong shot option there.
See, again, we've seen a reversal within the couple rallies. So, going to be some good retrievals from these guys. They got very long levers on them.
Yeah, massive levers, right?
Yeah, huge.
Massive levers.
Very long, full stretch.
Chris loves a volley across the middle.
They both got huge reaches, and they play at a punishing kind of pace, you know, across the middle.
I'm really looking forward to this for the simple fact that I just think Chris is up for this one. I'm not saying again he's going to get there, but I just think he's got a bit of bee in of his bonnet.
He's always like that though, Chris.
He's
isn't
feisty,
he?
isn't he?
Always
He's actually
turns
quite
up.
feisty, isn't he?
He's loves a bit of what's the word?
Loves a contest.
Loves a contest, but he likes to get underneath his opponent's
Does he like
skin.
a bit of banter?
Loves a bit of banter.
Loves a chat.
Loves a chat on court.
Well, mate, eh?
But he's the veteran of this tournament, and he milks that like there's no tomorrow.
And what I love about this too, what I actually really like about this, Joel, and you've been to our club obviously during the week again, but it's like, mate, there's about a dozen guys that have come over to watch Chris. I reckon that's cool, right?
Yeah,
like a dozen guys from the club in their club shirts come over to watch Chris play.
Yeah, he's been around a long time, and he's got a lot of respect from a lot of people. You know, he's not afraid to just put himself out there.
Mate, you know how
up
he
against these young fellas. You know,
he earned immediate respect at our club. He wore jandals with socks.
Yeah.
So he's immediately a local. I think we brought him a hoodie and a club shirt straight away.
No, I think he fits
straight
in. Fits in perfectly at the Wanganui Squash Club. That's for sure.
So hey, having said that, I believe you're also from a smaller community, rural New Zealand, mate. A great little town too.
Yeah, I've been around the bush, to be honest. I've been living in Australia, living in New Zealand.
So whereabouts in NZ, mate? Down south?
Both my parents from Oamaru.
Oamaru, so where exactly is that in the South Island?
It's about 3 hours south of Christchurch.
Yep.
So at the bottom, or towards the bottom of the South Island, it's in North Otago. For people who don't know what that is, that's a southern district in the South Island of New Zealand.
Oh, I mean, look,
Christopher's
mate.
also from there.
I know, I believe so.
Yeah.
So he sort of gave the guys a bit of a stare up at the bar when he was up there, obviously drinking an orange juice.
Yeah.
And he had a look at the boys and said, well, mate, I'm from a rural town as well, so, you know, I can mix it with you boys.
Yeah,
immediate respect.
Yeah, you
right?
know.
Immediate respect.
Again, what you see is what you get. He's an absolute ledge. and very
So-
easy to get along with.
So yeah, good fella, right? And so I suppose you made the call before. He is a vet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, respectfully, but he
Respectfully
plays
at-
on it. Does he
at
play
the-
on it?
Oh, for sure.
So what do you mean he plays on it, mate? With the boys? How's
Well,
he play on that?
His chat on court, he's veteran-like and he knows his way. Very crafty, and he's not afraid to get stuck in against us young boys. And
Man, I'll tell you what,
he
he's
knows
on
the spot, but he
fire.
loves it. He absolutely loves it. Yeah, he's on fire, that's for sure.
Look, he obviously knows he needs to get the first one or two, and look at him, mate. He's got a bit of a not a swagger, because that's boys from Oamaru don't have swaggers.
This is true.
No, they don't have swaggers. He's very businessman-like at the moment, taking that ball nicely into the front backhand corner, changing a few angles. He doesn't really want to be doing that too much, changing direction too much.
No, he's pretty street smart on the court. He mixes up his pace of his serve. He never
Loves a hold.
Yeah, loves a
Loves a
hold,
hold.
but he knows his way around the court. He's got those kind of traits that you don't see in a lot of 21-year-old pros. And
That's
that's
a
that
great
experience, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great shot. That's a good get. And couldn't back that one up. So a couple of uncharacteristic, for me, mistakes by young Louis. Looks, body language is like he's not quite settled into it
Little
yet,
bit flat.
even
Little bit flat.
though he's not. Maybe it's because he slept for a long time this morning.
This is
I
true.
heard he loved to kip. He likes to kip.
Oh, mate,
Does he like to
can
sleep?
sleep, eh?
Oh,
The
I'm
guy
starting
can
to find
sleep.
out some things about
So
the
I've
boys.
been flatting with Louis in the
Right.
same room, unfortunately,
Yeah,
for
right.
almost 2 years. And-
Literally a room, right?
Yeah, literally. And the guy, I can't sleep. I'm a terrible sleeper, but he's the polar opposite. You won't see him in the AM some days. Strictly PM.
And that's another one. So that's another one. And
So
Louis,
he's forced 2 in the last 2 points, hasn't he?
yeah, uncharacteristic. So is that pressure? Is that a combination of Chris putting the heat on, or is that a bit of everything?
I think he knows Chris is playing well, and he's trying to.
Interesting.
He's trying to, find a little bit of confidence in his game so he can G up, sort of thing. But I think right now he just needs to extend this
settle into
first
his
game.
work.
Yeah, extend this
settle into
first
his work.
game.
Yeah.
Find your targets again. But Louis not one to panic on court. He's a very relaxed character.
Yeah, and
and
Chris said he
Chris
should have
will-
taken that straight.
Chris will start to force it, and he knows that he's got the measure.
I think
recently.
that's a classic example there, mate. He could have just put another straight ball in and gone off the back of that, Chris, but he forced a boast, right? He just forced, and he knew it straight away. Oh, here's an opening. Yeah, good
Loves
lift.
playing that straight drop.
I mean,
Just on
yeah,
the backhand.
he lives on
Textbook.
it, right? He
Absolute
lives on
textbook.
it, right?
Tight work
It's
though.
good ball. Oh, it's good pickup. Yeah, it's not bad. And that's a good 1, 2, 3 there from
Not a
Louis.
lot's getting to the back wall in this rally.
No. Both massively difficult to get past, right? Both.
Oh
are-
yeah, hugely.
I mean, they're really fighting for that tee area, right? God, they're fighting for it.
You don't want to get stuck in a volley battle with Chris. That's
Look
for
at
sure.
this. Oh, nice use of the old body. A bit of a gape there from Van der Sar.
Yeah, wicked shot. Great shot. But change of angle, and that's what he's looking for.
Louis done well here, mate. He's clawed back a couple of points, so he had his head down before, probably having a little bit of a think to sort of, what can we say, not refresh, but sort of recollect, and he sort of come back nicely here, 7-8
Yeah,
in the first set.
Extended that last rally and just picked this punch a little bit smarter, which is the right thing to do when your
Yeah, it's a good ball.
opponent's playing well and you've had a bit of a slow start.
Tried to unload there, wasn't quite there. Nice little gathering we've got here too. I think there's a bit of interest in this.
Yeah, decent crowd in.
Obviously, Louis, yeah, decent crowd.
Well,
Right?
top seed, number 1 and 4 in New Zealand. You'd hope there's a few faces watching, a few bodies in.
Oh, then that's the difference here. Louis before was just trying to force that in. Yeah, now he's just actually picking nice combos, really nice combos. That's good ball. And what's the Chris Father Sam? I'll sit on that all day. Yeah, and he has a crack. Yeah, so bit of a pattern unfolding now for Louis. Yeah. Okay. 8 each. I think Joel, and obviously the courts at the Nationals and North Shore were really bouncy, mate. There was no doubt about it. But I think this suits Van der Sar with the butt squeeze. Bit of space here, great shot. I think Chris, these sort of conditions will suit Chris a bit better. I'm not saying it's cooler, mate, but.
And why is that? Why do you think that?
He said the other day actually when he was sitting here, well, particularly at his home club, but he just said it just wasn't sitting up as much as North Shore.
Yep.
So he likes the ball to not sit up that much when he goes in. Obviously, he goes in well.
Well, I'm gonna disagree because I think that this is going to suit Louis, these conditions.
100%.
Louis a grinder, but he's built his touch up a lot, and the longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for Louis. Because
I agree.
I mean, he's got the measure in the fitness department, and Chris knows that, and those lunges are going to slow up a lot over time. So Louis is quite happy to extend, just like you're seeing now, getting up on that ball and he's just punching it long.
So 9-8 in the first set, folks. Oh, that's a
good
great
squeeze,
and we got a fist pump.
Yeah.
Is that the normal Van der Sar, a bit of a fist pump?
No, you don't see it often, that's for sure.
Often?
But I think it was deserved after that point.
Mate, that's I didn't think that was actually put in well enough, actually, with enough efficiency, but it was tight, great squeeze. Louis having a bit of a recollect.
More of that chin up. He's got what, 1 game ball, 2 game balls?
1 game ball, 10-8. 2 game ball, sorry, 10-8.
So he's done well.
Yeah,
I'd say squeezed is the right word for this set.
And that's it. Wow. And that's a set to Van der Sar. Saying sorry, but didn't mean it.
My prediction is out the window already.
Yeah, you're fired. As Donald Trump would say, mate, you're fired. Righto, we're back to the PSA men's closed satellite second semi-final. The first semi-final saw Zach Miller play Teamwa Chileshe. That was a convincing win to Chileshe in that regard, so he's gone through to the final. We've got the second semi-final here now between the very own Wanganui's very own Chris Van der Sar, where he is informed by a very good mate of mine back in the school days, Dean Lithgow, who's his boss at the Wanganui Helicopter Academy, where Chris is the instructor. So he's set up in Wanganui, based there, loving it, and versus Louis Chileshe. Look, mate, I'm not going to say this is going to make any difference, Joel, but Louis he's a bit off colour at the moment. Just a bit off colour.
I think flat is the best word.
Yeah, good call.
A little bit flat. But look, he's going to step up. He's going to hunt the volley a bit more now. And he's going to put pace on the ball. He's not one to roll over, that's for sure. So.
100%.
And he knows how to pick himself back up again. So this set should be quite different, in my view. Not to say Chris isn't playing well though, because he's hitting his targets.
Look, this is I just thought when Chris flicked a text to him this morning just to test him, and Dean will be testament to this, his boss flicked him a text this morning to say, how are you, mate? Which I'm really asking him, how was he after his work do? Because he had a work do last night, he had some commitments, but he said he had a bit of a quiet one because he had to be at work at 5 o'clock this morning. So I had a look at him when he turned up, and he just looked like he had a bit between his eyes, which is good, mate, because we need a contest, right? We need a contest.
Yeah, no, he always shows up though, of course. He absolutely loves it. He's an absolute battler. Loves putting himself on the deep end, loves a big 5-setter. And it's always good to see him turn up like that, and something good is going to come of it.
And he's got the green unsquashable shirt on, and I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, not the most popular colour at the moment, to be honest. I think
we
all went through the green phase, but
so your boys are mainly red and white?
Been more of a red and white lately, for whatever reason. What's the local colour in the Nui? Is it the blue?
Sorry, Joe, I missed that. I was sipping on my Coke. What was that, mate?
Is the local colour blue in the Nui?
I've got it on, mate.
Yeah,
you're looking
it's
at
blue
me.
as.
So you're looking at me, and you just asked me the colour. Yeah, it is, mate. Black, blue, sort of white hoops, mate.
Because it's in the Central District. Central District is green,
well,
right?
I'm quite impressed with it, with a half Aussie, half Kiwi, knowing where the Central Districts and Wanganui is, mate. That's highly impressive. Joel, but Chris has got Wanganui shoes on.
I see.
So he is representing.
Didn't think about the shoes. And they're not small shoes either.
They're monstrous.
Absolutely huge
flippers
on both these boys. I think 13 for Louis, and possibly a 14 for Chris, which is an absolute joke.
13. I mean, did they make? So he could have been a basketballer. Well, both of them, right?
Oh yeah,
Hey?
Louis for sure. Louis for sure. He loves always wearing his NBA
Does
singlet
he?
in summer,
Yeah.
for sure.
So who's he support NBA wise, mate?
I think no one in particular. He's more of an individual kind of guy that loves a bit of LeBron, loves a bit of Kyrie, those kind of guys.
So he's not gonna bandwagon it and go to the
he's
Pelicans
not
this
mu-
year.
he's
Not the
much of a-
Pelicans.
he's
Steve
not-
Adams.
He's not much of a bandwagon guy.
So 3-2-1-0 to Van der Sar. Look, mate, I reckon if this unfolds much more like this, it's a massive game on. It's already game on, but it's a massive game on.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. We got the final this afternoon, or should I say, this evening. So Louis, well, both of them really
good
won't be
change.
wanting to have too much of a.
Good. Oh, they're going to have to.
A battle, but-
they're going to have to. It's a battle already.
It's a quick turnaround.
I'm afraid it's a battle already, mate.
Almost bowled him there, didn't he? Good counter work. See that movement slowing down ever so slightly from Chris to the front.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it is, mate. It is slowing down, but I'm going to give all the respect to Chris, mate. Not a full-time pro anymore. Not scared to work, and just showing some real gentility. I think he's got the old Canterbury rugby shorts on. It looks like too, mate. Real provincial New Zealand look today.
Yeah. He actually.
He's rocking the Canterburies.
What do he walked in
What's
wearing
going on?
a Kathmandu kind of
What was that?
hunting t-shirt.
I think he had a
It was literally a hunting t-shirt.
Mate, he's a country boy at heart.
Yeah, he loves it.
We own him.
Well, he just bought a house in Wanganui.
No, we don't own him, but he bought a house, mate. He's living the dream. Look at him. Just pure
It's all
guts
coming
and
his way as
determination.
well, isn't it?
It is, mate.
So
Look
that's
at
2
Louis.
years from Louis. See
On
his
his
body
haunches.
language now, yeah.
Chris throwing the ball around, taking a bit of time out. Louis looking flat. I'm not saying Louis out. Louis looking flat. Oh, Chris, bit of chirp.
Yeah,
Oh,
bit of
oh,
chirp.
look
Yeah, I
at him.
told you.
Just a quiet bit of
loves it.
chirp. Just letting them know.
He
letting
loves-
them know.
Loves a bit of he
of banter.
loves like a quick serve, when you're not looking. He loves that kind
Oh,
of one.
really?
Just to get
Filth.
just
Bit
to
of
get in your
filth?
head, yeah. Very what's the word? Craftsmanship, sportsmanship, not really.
Yeah, just a bit. What did Steve Waugh call it? The Australian cat, a bit of mental disintegration.
There you go. But he's
He
very
never called.
smart like
he
that.
never. He never called it sledging, Steve Waugh. He said it's called mental disintegration.
Miss.
Eh? We know it's sledging.
What a champ.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a great ball. And we know Louis will keep going, and Chris has got to play exceptionally. But mate, he's going well.
So far, so good, yeah.
Yeah, so
but
far.
you can see him now. Look at that movement, slowing
Oh,
up a
that's
lot.
not a bad nudge though. See, I'm defending Chris here. You
Yeah,
see,
you are.
I'm putting defensive one up. You're talking up Louis, so it's go in the commentary box too, mate.
Yeah.
It's a bit of banter.
Well, my prediction's already wrong. I haven't asked for yours
Yeah,
yet,
good
but
call, good call. I'm just saying Van der Sar's going to get a set, so I'm on, mate.
that's on the fence. Come
Eh?
on.
It is right. It's soft. You guys like that call? It's soft. Good lift. Oh, really? Really?
Tough to play that one.
(3-5). Oh, what's the score, please, ref? A double take.
See, I told you.
Yeah, it's all,
Very
it's
crafty,
all
isn't he?
unfolding. You got to love that. That's the old school stuff. It's good to see some of the modern players still do it.
He keeps us young boys on his toes. On our toes.
Cool to have in your team, though, Chris.
Yeah, great-
Chris is too.
great
You
to
know,
train
really
with.
is, mate, too. But cool to have, like a guy like him that's played a little bit,
Oh yeah, he's played a world champs. He's been around North America. He knows his stuff. He's played in Ponte, all around England. He's been around the bush.
So for the viewers, mate, where's Ponte?
Yeah, Ponte. I'm referring to Pontefract Squash Club, which is in England.
And why is your appeal of going there,
Yeah,
mate?
the appeal that if you don't know, if you haven't heard of Ponte, that's where the Wilstrops are from, essentially. So Malcolm Wilstrop, James
Legendary
Wilstrop's
Malcolm
father.
Wilstrop. Yep.
Yeah, does his coaching there. Louis actually been there as well.
Yep.
In the
Last year, wasn't
yeah.
he? And I believe James is one of your brand players.
Yes, also an unsquashable
Yeah, it's a
athlete.
great shot. And now Louis puts his hands up, going, "Well, come on."
So there you go. He's bridged the gap back.
4-5. 5 all. Oh, there you go. Too short. It's interesting. Yeah, it's a great shot. It's interesting. You can tell when Chris is going to play a drop, but it's still a great squeeze, isn't it? You know he's going to go in, but he takes it in so well and at a good pace, at a real
Yeah,
good
and
pace.
you can get there, and you can have all the time in the world, but he gets it to hug
Yeah,
that sideball
yeah.
so well, doesn't he? But all the drops are going in Louis' favour right now.
I also think that Louis needs something like this, mate, because there's obviously Ev Williams, who did extortionately well to win nationals, and congratulations to Evan. But Louis needs these hits, in a competitive environment. He needs a set or two to be taken off him.
Yeah, I guess that's the challenge at the moment, obviously, with limited travel. But we're lucky that we have about 4, 5, 6 of us. That all
there are benefits and there are disadvantages, right?
Yeah, we can all kind of still push each other domestically and still improve. But yeah, 5 points in a row for Chris, against Chris, shall I say.
Block.
So again, I just think it was that physicality from a couple of those rallies has hurt Chris. Louis gets that back though.
Oh,
I thought he got that, to be honest.
Yeah, so did I. So you would have called that up, obviously. That's half the Australian side of you. Would have called that up.
Yeah, it's a curveball.
Yeah, curveball. Good call.
He forced it there.
And yeah, interesting, isn't it? So, he's coming in and out a bit, Louis is. In and out a bit. He's sort of got a good pattern, then he puts the couple into the tin, and it's back up to 7-8. You knew that was coming. It's not bad, though, from Chris. Oh, he set himself up again there. Massive point. Massive point for Chris, really. Massive point for Chris.
The number one trait for me that Louis has is he's just hard to beat.
Sure.
You can have terrible technique and blah blah and blah, but if you're hard to beat, it's just such a good trait to have. And for those that squash players out there, they'll know what I'm saying. And
see, Chris knows how vital. He knows how vital this rally is.
You think you might have the measure on Louis, but it just keeps coming. And you can see him just hopping onto these balls here, and Chris is lifting absolutely everything.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. He had to play that well. Really enjoying this. Really enjoying it. Van der Sam's showing some real G&D, some real guts and determination. Louis obviously showing he's a full-time player, going about his work. Had to work really hard in these first 2 sets. Van der Sam's going to have to call on everything he needs actually to sort of get out of this. I wouldn't call it a predicament, but sort of get out of this. And he's lifting the ball obviously to get out of this sort of bit of a roll from Louis. Great drop. Yeah, nice counter. The big fella had to go really low there, pick that ball up. Yeah, that's outstanding. Real quality stuff from Louis. 3-game ball, sorry.
So Chris is no longer hunting that volley like he was at the start.
Interesting. Yeah, good call.
Very easy to notice.
Oh my! Why would you? What? Out comes the axe.
It's got
out comes the axe.
Nothing to do with it.
The middle of the tin. I might actually talk about them to him. Oh, actually, yeah. I'll fix the tin. Chris Van der Sam's loving this, isn't he?
Oh,
fix
he said
the
that
tin.
Multiple times in my match.
Fix the tin.
Loves a 17-inch tin.
Oh, and a bit of banter. A bit of banter. Ooh, stayed in. 2-game ball still to Louis. 1 love to Van der Sam. Okay, off the frame. He'll take it. That's a real good squeeze. It's alleys. That's all day alleys though for you boys. All day alleys. Wow. Wow. 9-10. 1-game ball. So you were saying, Joel, and again it swung.
Yeah, Chris is hanging on for dear life.
He is. And Louis given him that though. He's given him that opportunity.
I think Louis is going to close this one out now.
Very tight. Great ball. Oh, great pickup. And that's... What was your call, sorry, Joel? That's closing himself out, mate.
Yeah.
I think his palms will be a bit sweaty. I don't think he's lost any control of this, but 10 all, this is massive. 10 all. What a dream.
Yeah, just forcing it, isn't he? But he doesn't want to stop putting the ball in. That's a big thing. You want to keep putting that ball in, don't you?
Oh,
If
you've got to.
Too passive, then
Wow. And they both knew it. Yeah, wow. Open the gate. Shut the door, open the gate. All right, they're coaching each other, talking to each other through it, mate, are they? Eh?
yeah, a bit of mind games. Bit of mind games.
Okay, Louis saying, give us what you got. Chris is saying, I had that. One game ball, 11-10. Oh, that was up. What Louis did there, what Matt Nation didn't do early, Louis just put his hand up just in case he needs that in the back pocket.
That is a tight trot.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. That was really, Louis, really, that was great. Real quality from both of them.
Closing it out 12-10 in the end.
12-10.
Good squash.
Really good. Back in 87. Right, I've got to actually depart Rod Bannister here, but I'm just going to open up the third set and Joel will see you through to the conclusion. Possibly be joined by Temwa. Temwa Chileshe he'll be very neutral because his brother's playing, obviously, but I've just got to make a shout out. Outstanding by Chris van der Sam. He's got a Wanganui Squash Club shirt on, so I think now he'll be mayor of the city or be given keys to the city. Sensational, Chris. All right, Temwa's just going to sit in for me now.
Big cheers to Rod for joining me in the commentary box. Always good to spin a yarn with him. But we're now joined by the brother of Lwamba, Temwa Chileshe. He just came off court with Zach Miller in the other semi-final, pinching that one 3-love. What's your thoughts on this match so far, Tems?
Well, I missed the first. I was having a shower, but saw the end of the second, and it looked like Louis was starting to dominate the rallies a bit more than Chris, I felt, but making a few errors. But right now, it's like it's changed, eh? We've got a match on our hands, I think.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts, Joel?
Well, we saw in that last set, Louis forcing a few balls, but he seemed to have the measure of Chris physically.
Yeah.
But Chris is also hitting the ball very well, so he did very well to pinch that last set and squeeze it in the end like he did 12-10. But I'm interested to see in this set if Chris can make some inroads and keep hitting his targets through that pain that he's feeling physically. But for me, Lwamba's just got to keep that intensity up, keep the pressure back on Chris.
Yeah, to me, I don't think Chris
hit his targets.
I don't think Chris is tired at the moment. I don't think he's broken him yet. I think it takes a good,
he's not
40
broken,
minutes.
but I think he's feeling it a lot more than Louis.
Yeah, for sure.
Just seeing him hunting that volley in the first set like he was towards the end of that second, it was a considerable difference.
Yeah, when Louis just making a few too many unforced errors, isn't he? And when he's not making errors and he's just placing the ball, he's playing quite well and still taking it early, which is good. But I think he's just
trying to
forcing
let
it
his
a bit
arm
too
go a
much.
little bit, isn't he? And for the viewers who just got off, sorry. How's the court playing?
It's playing quite fast.
Yeah.
It's quite dead in the back corners though still. So a nice hard low kill or a good deep length is quite effective. Even the front corners you can see there on that straight drop, it's quite a dead court. So yeah, not playing extremely true.
Yeah. So you got off.
Conditions are a bit
3-love against Zach.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that match? How did you play?
I thought I played quite well.
Yep.
Stayed quite professional. I think he's struggling a bit with a hamstring injury, so looked like he wasn't really moving too good to the front, and I think I took advantage of that quite well. So lucky to get off in 3 there, because we normally have quite big battles.
I was saying your average match time is probably like 60 minutes.
About 60 minutes, yeah. But no, it's good to get off quick and it's good to see these guys having a battle as well. Actually,
Yeah, for sure.
I've got the winner.
Final later
gotta
on,
love it. Yeah.
For those who don't know, do you know what time the final is?
Yeah, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. sharp.
So tune in for that one.
Tune in for that one. It'll be Temwa versus the winner of this match. Could be a possible another brothers final.
Okay, Joel. So straight off the bat, what are your predictions
For what?
for this match?
So my prediction at the start for this match was 3-1, or 3-love, sorry, in favour of Louis.
3-love.
And that went out the window within the first set. So,
Yeah.
But I still think it's going to be a Louis victory, probably in 4. even though he's down a decent amount in this set.
Yeah, he's got it coming back, isn't he, Louis?
I just feel as though the physical pressure will eventually mount and be too great of a wall for Chris to climb. But to be fair to Chris, man, he's not missing much.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not missing much.
I don't know.
I mean, other than his unsquashable shirt and that Wanganui shirt, he's not missing anything else, is he?
No. I quite like that unsquashable, that Wanganui shirt he's wearing. It's quite nice on him. Fits well.
Local now, as Rod was saying.
He's had a great start here
in
this game.
Again, yeah, very good start. But he's just not missing anything. He hasn't hit the 10 yet.
No, he hasn't hit the 10. So it'll be interesting to see if he does hit the 10.
Very tough for Lou to get points.
Yeah.
I said it before, but he's always trying to go for that quick serve. Chris.
Yeah, he loves
a bit of craftsmanship, you know. Bit of gamesmanship.
Oh, he's playing well, isn't he?
Yeah, Louis forcing it though, isn't he? He's putting the ball on a platter for him. 8-2 now. So he's got to try and make this game as tough as he can, because he doesn't want Chris to run away with it too easily. I know it's saying that it's 8-2, but you got to do something.
Chris is doing really well to not hang in the back as well. I know his game is volleying, but so is Louis, and Louis has been taking the ball really early recently. So I'm surprised that Chris is actually managing to get out in front of him, which is really helping him. I don't know if you agree with that, but he's not in the back, is he? Like, he's actually dominating quite a lot of these rallies.
Yeah, I just think Chris is using that front wall a bit smarter today. You know, he's varying his heights a fair bit.
Yes,
and he's putting the ball in quite smart. A little bit of a fortunate bounce, but a fatigue in that movement from Chris, as I've been saying.
Yeah. He needs this one. He needs to close out this game. I think it's going to 5, but I don't know who's going to win the 5th. And I also hope it's going to 5.
This is true. So you're playing them later, you want them to put as much mileage in the legs as possible.
Exactly.
Another squeeze though, I feel that is just such a strong point from Chris through this match. You know, I knew he was playing well the other day when I played him, but I think he stepped up a little bit even again in this match. Yeah, just a lot of squeezes, eh? A lot of clenching of the wall with the racket for Louis.
Yeah.
Just putting the ball on Louis' racket there though, but again, a good lift. Wow. That ball is really going in well for Chris today. 10-3 now. 7 game balls for him to get the 2-1 lead over Louis. And there we see another error coming off Louis' racket. So the quickest set we've had yet. Van der Sar leading 2-1. We'll be back very shortly. Alright, so we're back for the 4th set. If you're just joining us, this is the SquashGym PSA satellite. We're out here in the West Coast in New Zealand, Palmerston North. I am Joel Ascott. I am joined by Timo Chileshe. So that last set, Tim's very quick in favour of Van der Sar.
Yeah.
So if you were in Louis' corner, what would you have said? Coaching corner, what would you have said?
What would I have said? Probably would have said, well, Chris didn't make an error in that last set, so he just wasn't feeling the pressure enough. I think Louis just got to try and step up and stay in front as much as he can, even if it does cost him a few errors, just to keep Chris in the back and keep the pressure on. Also, he needs to vary his height a bit more, I think. He's under pressure quite a lot in these rallies, and Chris has quite a tall wingspan, so a hard low cross that's wide isn't actually that effective, you know. Those are probably the two key things. But other than that, there's not much you could have said because Chris didn't make an error and he plays some pretty good
I think
squash.
we've already seen Louis stepping up a bit more. He's off to a good start already to Love. And that's really it, isn't it? It's you don't want to get off court knowing that you had more in the tank physically.
Yeah, that's the worst.
So even if you're spraying it into the middle of the court, just go hundies.
Yeah. I also saw on that first point, Chris made an error, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's hard to know if he might be resting the set.
And again, at what point do you think, okay, tactical rest game?
Yeah, this is
Because it's 4 Love now,
starting to look
5
like
Love
that.
now.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm thinking this is solid
6,
man.
7 Love. Do you think maybe okay, that's it, or
I think he knows that. I think he's decided for the set going on that it's a tactical rest.
yeah, you can already see
You can see he's just not
just lifting
he's
everything
not
right
firing,
now.
He's lifting. He's just resting. Feeding Louis.
But if he gets a sniff,
Then he'll go for it for sure. Yeah.
oh, there you go.
I mean that's
Smack-
two, maybe
smack
3
him to the
errors, and then last game he had what? None.
Yeah, probably.
None,
I think
none
maybe
unforced?
maybe
Maybe
one.
one unforced.
So 5 Love now for Chris. For Louis, sorry.
The fifth is going to be very juicy.
Yeah, so
I can't say who's going to get it though.
classic kind of thing in squash, though, isn't it? The momentum shifts.
Yeah, it does.
This is what we see on the mental side of squash. You see that's the gamesmanship there from Chris.
Yeah.
Right when Louis goes to serve, that's when he wants to wipe his hand, isn't it? And you see Louis straight away. He's
Louis having a cheeky laugh.
Louis
there.
not having a bar of it, eh?
Thought it was
Neither
his
is
point.
Chris, though. Look at that.
It's quite funny.
He's just milking it just a touch. Wants that extra 10 seconds, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Extra few
yeah.
seconds. A few more breaths in, isn't it?
Louis definitely looking more comfortable now though.
Oh,
That's cheeky.
worth the wait?
Yeah.
For sure. Loves it. Good to see a smile and grin from both of them.
Schlam Duncanhausen says John Duggan.
Oh no, now Lou's going to play the game. Here we go.
Will Louis hit that, Nick? Here
He's
we go.
giving Louis a sniff though, isn't he? So
Yeah, Louis just got to keep that pressure on. 6-1. Scoreboard pressure's on him. Yep. So errors creeping in now for Van der Sar. The Christoph. Didn't see any errors in the last set. And now all of a sudden the wheels are falling off in the fourth.
is this just a mental tactic though to play with Louis? Do you think? Or do you think he's
Look.
actually tired?
I don't think so, to be honest, mate. I think Chris is feeling it.
Yeah.
I think the lactic is hurting those quads, those long levers of his, and I think he's forcing it just a touch.
Yeah.
So we know he'll go boots and all in the fifth, but the wheels are definitely coming off for now. I think the question is, how well can he reset before this fifth?
Yeah. Hasn't been the longest game, has it? Like the longest match.
No.
Oh,
Some good, entertaining rallies, but it's just
45 minutes.
Oh wow! So that's 2 slam dunks for him in this set, and that's his 2 points. Again, quick serve from Chris. Loves it.
I think Louis' best bet here is just to. Oh, it's a great shot. Try and just make those rallies as long as possible
Yeah.
because fitness is definitely on his side.
So absolute coin flip from the last set, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Last set was 11-3 in favour of Chris, and now polar opposite, 11-2, and there you have it. So stay tuned because I think anything could happen this fifth. Toss a coin, but we'll be back in a short 2. So we're back for the 5th and final. This is the SquashGym Palmerston North New Zealand PSA Satellite semi-final. Absolute mouthful. We've got Lwamba in the white versus Chris in the blue now. So what? Louis 144 in the world, I believe. Chris as high as 150. Not really on the PSA anymore. But we're in the 5th set. What do we think is going to happen in this set, Thames?
I think this is a very good start from Louis. Other than that unforced error, I think he just wants to keep the rallies going.
Yeah.
As soon as I said that, but that was a good start from Louis. He just needs to keep the ball out of the tin. But straight away, you've seen a complete switch in Chris's body language, haven't you? You know, he's up in the
that
court.
last set was
Was a tactical rest,
very
wasn't it?
favourable in the way of Louis, and it looked good for him coming into his fifth. But we know he's got a sniff for sure. So he's going to go boots and all, not going to leave anything in the tank. And as soon as it's there, he's going to go for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely good from Louis though at the start of this fifth, making the rallies long, still managing to move Chris with his nice boasts.
Yeah, he's crafting the ball around well at times, but just not consistent enough at the moment.
I think if he keeps it out of the tin, he'll be fine. But I think if he puts a few on the tin, then Chris will really fancy it.
Wow.
Tin. It's unlucky there. That's what I mean. Like those tins are going to be costly for Louis because Chris will just feed off those.
Chris already going for the serve, eh? Absolutely loves a quick serve. Stitched himself up in that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
So we know the game time's not massive right now. What are we coming up on? About 50 minutes maybe? Do you think the longer it goes on, the more it favours Louis?
Yeah, definitely. The longer it goes on, the more it favours Louis. But only if he's up in front, you know, and he's putting the pressure on. Because Chris can last if he's just staying at the back and he's just gliding.
Yeah, and he makes it physical too with that reach he's got, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's quite an efficient mover. Like, you know, he's a big lad, but he doesn't have, like, his steps aren't that loud for the size of him. So he's a very efficient mover. And I think...
No, he's working the ball around
Louis
well in
needs
this match as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's doing really well. So I think Louis needs to stay up and volley like he is in this rally. Keep that pressure on. Get Chris stretching. Because if he doesn't, it could be very interesting.
So this is a testing rally now for both
See,
boys.
these are the types of rallies Louis wants.
Thought I heard a bit of tin in that, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
But this is very testing for the legs. Good
I don't
counter
know how he
work.
volley dropped that. Good hold punch.
Does he ask for a let?
This will test the refs here, this cool, won't it?
Yeah, I think we got what, Matey Galloway in the hot seat?
Hot seat.
Yeah, Matey's in the hot seat.
Whereas I think Chris is saying lately, don't you?
Yeah, Louis quite a fair player. I think he's kind of giving it to him as well.
Yep.
What do you think about that call?
Look, I don't think he thought Chris actually asked.
Oh,
So that's what he's saying no let and carried on. He must have called the score or something. Then Chris has stopped and said,
that's a great shot from
no, I asked for a let.
Yeah,
But it doesn't matter now because that point's over and done with, isn't it?
that's a good shot from Louis.
So 3-all. Not
Yeah,
much
I
between
think,
them at the moment.
I think because Chris fell over as he was hitting the ball. It's a let,
Yep.
you know.
No, for sure he could have got that shot here. Wow. So a lot of errors have come from the racket of Louis in this match.
There's another quick serve there from Chris.
I think if he wins this, he's going to be very chuffed, isn't he, Christoph? Wow. So Louis, had a huge nationals in November. Still November, but had a huge nationals. Obviously making that final and losing out in a very close 5 sets to Evan. Congrats to Evan. But you think he struggled after he struggled after nationals to kind of get up, which is understandable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Off that huge high.
Yeah, for sure, off that huge high. He kind of cruised through that final, didn't he? Kind of chopped everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it was a great final.
Yeah, a lot of emotion going into
Probably
that.
some of
That tournament for
the best squash I've seen for two New Zealanders here in New Zealand since Paul was here.
yeah,
You know,
for sure.
for a while. So it was cool to watch that game.
But it's been a weird season, is the point I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You know, this tournament's almost in December,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
quite late. We're not used
quite
to
unknown for us in
this late.
in Kiwi land. So it's good to see the matches like this still going on at this time of year, though. The boys turning up in it. Chris letting his arm go a little bit here. But
Yeah, see, this is the start that Louis wanted.
again, more testing
it's a good
rally.
squeeze, but Louis wants these types of rallies, doesn't he? He
Yeah, for
doesn't
sure.
want to
And I
force
think
it.
that is eating into Chris's legs. He's obviously very good at hiding it, but it's definitely, those are in favour of Lwamba for sure. I mean, he's got a big stretch on him, Chris, but if you can get him into those positions, it pays dividends later on.
Yeah. But I mean, it is the fifth, isn't it? Has he left it too late? That's the question.
Yeah. I think he's really hitting his lines today, Chris, for sure. But that's what he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to force it. And it's a good sign for Louis there, a very good sign.
After a long testing rally, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Force an error.
It's backing up those rallies. I think that's definitely a...
Ooh,
Oh, wow. Lit. I would have given that a stroke every day of the week.
He did turn, but yeah. Chris is hitting good lines though in this match.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on those straight drops, eh?
Yeah, straight drops. They're like hugging the wall, aren't they? Oh, it's just enough width.
Probably not the one to counter that. Oh, wow.
It's a joke rally here. Louis needs this one.
This is going to hurt.
Oh, it's that straight drop, just hugging the wall, eh?
Chris is hurting here, though. Look at that
Yeah,
movement.
he is.
Here we go. Oh, wow. And this is just what Louis wants. He's just holding there and punching, keeping Chris moving. There you go. Yeah, I think if ever there was a time for Louis to do a quick serve, now's the time.
Yeah. That's a good rally from Louis.
Hit the sidewall. You must hit the sidewall.
Chris is he's arguing about something. He's arguing about something. Very. It's that gamesmanship from Chris, isn't it?
One-on-one race.
I don't know how he's managed to squeeze a 15-second rest in there, but he has. Yep.
It's a good length there from Louis.
7-5. So I'm still holding on
Yet, though,
to
is it? It's
still
not
holding
over
on to Louis as my predicted victor. But that fatigue is gonna really hurt Chris. Louis got to keep that ball out of the tin.
Oh, it's a great lift there. Off a good drop.
There he is again, forcing
Here
it
come the
and,
errors.
and opening up that gap for Louis. So now 8-5, was 5-all. One big rally, 2 errors.
Yeah, Louis done well here. Just stay positive and stay in front. Keep hitting the ball early.
He went for it there, didn't he?
Chris is still in this though. Oh, it's a
Great shot. Man, every angle is being used.
in this.
This is great
Rally.
squash. Oh! 9-5. There you go. So this is it's that pressure we're talking about, that physical pressure. Keep it on Chris, and well, if you can't take the heat, get out the oven, innit?
Yeah.
Checked out, mates.
Here comes the chatter. Such a likable character, Chris.
So a bit of chatter again from the lads. But 5-game balls for Louis. Wow. There you go. Thanks for coming. Good match.
Some smiles at the end of that one.
And 3-2 LWAMBA Chileshe. So we're back around 5 o'clock.